Good evening, everyone. How's everybody night going? How's everybody Sunday going? I hope everyone had a wonderful day. If you went to church, I hope you enjoyed church. If you worked, I hope you have a good day at work. But I'm just going to be here for a little bit. We're going to talk about five ETLs that I'm looking at to, buy long terms. You can also do your own research. This is not financial advice or anything. It's just educational purpose only. We're gonna get started here in a little bit. Oh yeah, welcome to Invest Like a Pro Athlete with Lonnie. All right, guys, we're finna get started with the five top ETF that I'm looking at to add inside my portfolio. We're gonna start with the first one. We're gonna start with VU. It is currently at $693.73. All right. Remember, you don't have to have that whole basically $700. You can also dollar cost average. You can put however much you want in there. You just got to be consistent with what you're gonna do. All right. It's pretty much tracks the S&P 500. It also holds like 509 companies of the United States stock market. All right. So VU also, I mean, the company that it actually holds is like Apple, Meta, Tesla, Nvidia, and so forth on. All right. But the expense ratio is 0.03%. Basically, what that is right there is basically whenever you want to like pretty much withdraw your money or whatnot, that is right there. That ratio is pretty much cheap. All right. But the dividends is the dividend yield is at 1.06%. All right. Still, that's mean it's still growing. So don't worry about that small yield. Remember, these companies right here in the S&P 500 is still growing, all right? We're going to move to the next one. This is the one that I like the most out of all of them, all right? QQQM. It is currently at $300, all right? And this tracks the NASDAQ 100. That's mean the top 100 companies is basically, tech and growth. That means you got your Apple, your Nvidia, your Tesla, and so forth on. All right. That expense ratio is kind of higher than VU. It's 0.15%, guys. But that dividend is 0.47%. Remember, this is tech. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about the dividend yield. This thing is going to continue to grow because these companies that's inside of this NASDAQ form is going to continue to grow. So don't worry about that dividend yield. Just remember, tech is here to stay. This is a growth ETF. This is the one I'm looking at to add inside my portfolio. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is educational purpose only. So do your own research, guys. Remember, do your own research, all right? Then the third one that I want to get into with VTI, all right? That is currently at $372.95. That one right there is pretty much the total stock market, all right? That holds 3,500 companies, guys. 3,500 companies. So you don't have to worry about trying to go get all these individual companies. So that's why I picked these top 5 companies, top 5 ETLs that I'm looking at to add inside my portfolio. That way I don't have to look into all this research of Amazon, Tesla, Nvidia, and so forth on. I can just focus on doing my research on these top 5 ETLs and just go out and just pick the ones that I want to have inside my portfolio long term. Remember, don't worry about what the market is doing. Don't worry about what nobody else is doing. Just focus on you, yourself. Just remember, whatever you do, don't worry about how much Ben putting in his. Don't worry about how much Sarah putting in their portfolio. You just worry about you and how much you can afford, either to afford to lose, and so far on. If you say, hey, I can put 100, 500, 300, 250 in there inside my portfolio every month, you have to do that. You got to be consistent with that. I understand these guys probably been in the game longer than you. They've been in there longer than me. But guess what? I am being consistent because why? Because I want to build long-term wealth. All right. That's how these guys like Warren Buffett and all these other guys. Why you think their portfolios are the way they are now? Guess what? They kept building. They put $50 here and whatever the case may be when they first started. All right. So don't worry about what everybody else do. It's what you can do. All right. All right. The next one is the next ETF I want to talk about is VXUS. All right. That is currently at $86. All right. That's an international stock right there. That's mean it's pretty much got companies from Europe, Japan, China, Canada, Australia, and so far on. It right now this ETF controls 8,800 companies inside this ETF. Now remember, like I say, do your own research. This is not financial advisor, guys. This is not financial advisor, guys. And that expense ratio is 0.05%, but that dividend yield is just a little bit higher. And the last three I just talked about is 2.56%, guys. All right. I appreciate for everybody being here. I hope y'all learning something. If y'all have any questions, feel free. And the last one I'm going to talk about is VBond. All right. That is currently at $44, guys. And that's pretty much like a bond strategy. So basically your portfolio is pretty much diverse, all right? And that ratio is 0.41%. And that dividend is a little bit high than all the ones I just named. That one right there is at 4%, all right? Like I say, guys, remember, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Just worry about you and what you can afford to lose and what you can afford to build long-term wealth, all right? Like I say, if you can afford $100, $200, $300, $400, $500 a month, put it inside your portfolio. You just got to be consistent with it, all right? Don't worry about what your favorite YouTuber, your favorite guy off the screen, TikTok or whatever. Don't worry about what they're doing. You got to worry about yourself and what you can afford to put inside your portfolio. All right. Now, it is always a good starting point. So whatever you want to invest, you got to go out and find your favorite brokerage. All right. What I mean about that, you got to find. We got a few of them out there. You got Webull. You have Robinhood. You had M1 Finance out there, Interactive Brokerage. You got Public. You got Vanguard. You got Fidelity. And I know everybody job. I know everybody got a 401k and stuff like that with your job. If you don't, you need to look into it. All right. So if you're trying to build long-term wealth, start now. It's never too late. All right. You can start with $50 inside your Roth IRA or your regular brokerage or your traditional Roth IRA. What's a traditional Roth IRA is a backdoor Roth IRA, guys, and you can still contribute up to $7,500. All right. So if you want to hear any more things about investing and anything like that, don't hesitate to drop your comment at the bottom, or you can always come back to the show. You can follow me, like and subscribe. And I will be back. I'll be back tomorrow, maybe around 7:30. Soon I get home, get my dogs settled, and I'll be back on here talking about other stuff like other stocks and stuff like that I like. But y'all have a wonderful night. I appreciate everybody that was joining the show. But y'all have a good night.